so much for being here today, Stacey. I've been
It's
so
okay. Thank you
excited
for
for
inviting
our
me.
chat. Of
I
course.
know, I'm so excited.
So, you're an EFT practitioner, and I still don't know too much about EFT. My second attempt was at your women's circle that I attended a couple of weeks ago now, wasn't it? It was a couple of weeks.
Yes, a couple of weeks ago, yes.
So, yeah, I'm still very new to
Mhm.
the whole concept of EFT, and I'm just so excited to learn more. So, I'd love for you to share with everyone, what is EFT?
Yes. Well, EFT stands for Emotional Freedoms Techniques. So it's then usually commonly referred to as EFT or tapping. And basically, it is like acupuncture for your emotions. So with acupuncture, you would have like tiny needles that would go into your meridian points to help restore balance and energy within your body. And with EFT, instead of using little needles, we just use the ends of our fingertips and we tap on our meridian points instead. And so with that, we're tapping on our negative statements. That is sort of to help neutralize the negative charge around the issue that we're tapping on. And then with that, it helps our subconscious to help rewire and allow the change that we want to happen with tapping. So that's
Wow.
a really sort of basic start of it. Yeah. So it's absolutely amazing. You could just do it with anything, and it the main thing with EFT is that it helps regulate your nervous system. So it helps you
Mm.
get out of that fight, flight, or free zone into what you would call your social engagement zone. So when you're in your social engagement zone, that is where you feel safe within your body. It's your homeostasis. And when you feel safe within your body, you feel open and curious to change, and that is where you are most likely to allow the changes in your life, in anything that you do. That is where that happens, and that is where you can then continue to allow that change to happen within your life. So when you do go into fight, flight, or freeze, you will hopefully still encompass the changes that you've made. So
Yeah, that is
yeah.
so interesting because I do get acupuncture done, and I
Yeah.
do know a little bit about the meridians and how it all works, but that
Yeah.
that's incredible. I didn't know that that's how
Yeah.
EFT worked.
It is, yeah. And so your meridian points are for tapping are primarily on your face, upper body, and your hands. So when you do tapping, that is what you do. And the amazing thing is that you do it to yourself. You do your
Mm.
tapping to yourself. So, and if you're doing it with someone else, you say the words, and you will still just tap on yourself regardless. So it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so I know you touched into it just before about like what it does to your body. So
Yeah.
it's more about creating that, like, relaxing your nervous system. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. And so with EET, it basically can help dissolve, shift, um, or address things like stressful emotions, traumatic events, anxiety, physical pain, unhealthy habits and patterns that you maybe have in your life, in terms of under eating, binge eating, excessive alcohol use, or any other types of addictions. It then helps with your phobias. Fears and limiting beliefs. And so that encompasses in terms of anything from your personal life to career and any type of relationships that you're having. It helps, create that change that you want to make within your life.
Yeah. Well, so
So,
because
yeah.
not many people, my audience, I'm not sure if they're very familiar with EFT, but when we did our session and there was kind of
Yeah.
a bit of a flow to it where you made us recite certain certain statements. So what's the actual
Yeah.
flow of that? Like, take us through
Yeah.
a flow.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess with the flow, what is you'll have like a setup statement. So if you wanted to go on, if you're stressed, you would have a setup statement about why you're feeling so stressed, and then you would tap on all the points on your feelings and the negative charge behind it. And so, with that, what you're doing is helping, first off, regulate your nervous system. You're helping yourself go into that homeostasis, that safe zone, and then to allow the rewiring of the brain to happen. And so with that, you then start feeling relaxed, you then start feeling calmer within yourself, and different things like decreased in your cortisol level, like your stress hormone, is one of the big major things that happen. So we need cortisol to help us go into fight or flight. But we don't need it when we're in our social engagement zone. So it helps decrease that. It helps decrease depression. It helps decrease PTSD. It helps decrease anxiety, pain, cravings, and psychological distress, blood pressure. But although it decreases those things, it also increases your immunity system markers and increases the happiness within you. So with that, I guess I can show you the different tapping points and go through them, and we can do a quick, we can do a nice little tapping sequence if you like.
Yeah,
so
I'd love that.
Our first one is our side of hand. So if you had your side of hand up, and you've got on the side of your hand, there's sorry, that's my cat. At the bottom of your hand is a bit of a fleshy zone. And so with your other hand, you're just using your fingertips and you're tapping on it. Doesn't matter which hand you use, and you're just tapping on there. Our next point is our eyebrow point. So it doesn't matter which eyebrow you use, or if you want to do both, but just on the inside of where your eyebrow starts. So I'm going to go right up close to the camera, but if you're on audio, you'll just see where the start of your eyebrow is. You will just tap there. Then we have our side of eye. And so just at the end of your eyebrow, like where your temple is, and you'll be tapping there. And then we have our under eye. So just underneath our eye, and you would just tap on the top there. Then we have our under nose. And so under the nose will be that little crevice that's sort of in between your nose and your lips, and you will tap there. And then we have our chin. And again, just where you have that little crevice underneath your lip and your chin, you will just tap there. Then we have our collarbone point. So if you've got when you feel your collarbone, you'll feel the bone that sort of goes down into a V, and in between that, in the index of that V, there's a little fleshy point, and you will tap there. And then we also have our underarm. So underneath your arm, it's about one hand width underneath your armpit that you would start tapping. And if you are wearing a bra, it's pretty much in the middle of your bra strap is to where you were tapping there.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have our top of head, and we just tap on the top of our head. So those were all the different big major tapping points. There are different ones that you would do if you're in like a one-on-one session, but when you're in a bit of a group session, they are the main ones that you would be tapping on. And if you'd like, we can do a nice tapping sequence.
Yeah, let's do one.
Yeah.
Well, so if you're driving, don't do this.
Yes.
Maybe if you're home or just listening. So yeah, I'd love to do one. Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. So I thought we would do one on stress, because stress is a common thing that we can have from time to time. And a lot of the times, when we are feeling stress, it's really best for us to respond to stress rather than reactive, which is why EFT is really good as well. So first off, I'll just, if you are comfortable to, I invite you to close your eyes. If not, just lower your gaze to a point where you feel comfortable, and you can place your hand on your heart space if you wish, and just think about your stress level right now. And if you had to give yourself a number from 0 to 10, 10 being the most stress and 0 being not stressed at all, rate yourself a number. Just the first number that comes into your mind, it's your intuition talking to you. And if that number is under a 7, have a think about the last time when you were really stressed. Don't go into the real big the thoughts and feelings about that now, but just sort of at that point how that made you feel and how stressed you felt. And to see if that number does increase to 7 or above. Okay, and with that, we'll start doing some tapping. So if you wish to keep your eyes closed, you can. I will go through the tapping points on each time. Or, of course, if you are watching the video, you can watch me as well. But we're just going to tap on our side of hand. And while we're tapping, Just repeat after me. Even though
Even though
I feel stressed right now,
I feel stressed right now,
I deeply and
I
completely
deeply, I deeply and completely
love and accept myself.
love and accept myself.
And keeping on our side of hand, even though
Even though
I feel stressed right now,
I feel stressed right now,
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love and accept myself.
love and accept myself.
And still keeping on that side of hand, even though
Even though
I feel really stressed right now,
I feel really stressed right now,
I still deeply and completely
I still deeply and completely
love and accept myself.
love and accept myself.
And just tapping on our eyebrow point. I'm so stressed.
I'm so stressed.
And our side of eye. I feel stressed.
I feel stressed.
Under eye. Very stressed.
Very stressed.
Nose. So much stress.
So much stress.
Chin. It's more than I can handle.
It's more than I can handle.
Collarbone point. It's too much.
It's too much.
Underarm. Overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
On top of head. All this stress.
All this stress.
Eyebrow point. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on,
Side of eye. And I feel stressed.
and I feel stressed.
Under eye. I can't do it all.
I can't do it all.
Nose. It's too much and I can't handle it.
It's too much, and I can't handle it.
Chin. I'm worried.
I'm worried.
Collarbone. What if I can't do it?
What if I can't do it?
Underarm. With this stress.
With this stress.
On top of head. With this remaining stress.
With this remaining stress.
Eyebrow point. This remaining stress.
This remaining stress.
Side of eye. It's calming down.
It's calming down.
Under eye. What if it could calm down some more?
What if it could calm down some more?
Nose. I'd like that a lot.
I would like that a lot.
Chin. What if I could think more clearly?
What if I could think more clearly?
Collarbone point. That would be great too.
That would be great too.
Underarm. What if I decide what to do next?
What if I decide what to do next?
Top of head. What if it was actually safe
What if it was actually safe
to relax in this moment?
to relax in this moment?
Eyebrow point. So much going on.
So much going on.
Side of eye. Of course I got overwhelmed.
Of course I got overwhelmed.
Under eye. Feeling more in control now.
Feeling more in control now.
Nose. I wonder what I need to do now.
I wonder what I need to do now.
Chin. I wonder what small step
I wonder what small step
might happen next.
might happen next.
Collarbone. I can work through this
I can work through this
calmly and confidently.
calmly and confidently.
Underarm. I choose to be calm.
I choose to be calm,
Top of head. And I choose to be confident
and I choose to be confident
as I work through my way,
as I work through my way,
step by step.
step by step.
And just hand over your heart space and just taking a big deep breath in, filling up that belly and holding at the top. And let out with a big sigh. And once more, inhale in and fill that belly up and hold. And keep holding. And let out with a big sigh. And just let your breath go back to its natural breathing rhythm. And just have a think and feel within your body about your stress right now. And if you had to give it a number from 0 to 10, rate that number, the first number that comes to your mind. And then when you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and open up your eyes.
Wow, that was beautiful.
So, yeah.
I forgot we were recording there, but yeah.
Yeah. So ultimately it's to help get our number down. Now, the number may have only gone down a little bit, and that's because, we're really stressed, and so we may need to do some more tapping. Usually, I guess this is a more generalized tapping, usually, especially if it's, a smaller group, or a one-on-one, we can sort of go into really why you feel stressed and where you feel stressed, and all of that within your body. However, when you're doing a generalized one like this, it can still work, and whether it needs to happen a couple more times if it's you're really greatly stressed, or whether that actually did help your number come down. Now, sometimes, the whole point of EFT is that we're also allowing that energy circuit of, to flow through within our body to help restore that balance, of energy. And so sometimes when we're tapping on something, and it could be really stuck and stagnant within our bodies, and so the number may rise before it comes down, and that could be because it's something that's been really stagnant. And when you're shifting, sometimes when you're
Yep.
shifting a stagnant dirt, a little bit of dirt rises before everything starts to settle in its right place. So don't be alarmed if your number has risen. That's where we still keep tapping
Yeah.
and tapping on how you're feeling. So,
And something I love about it too is I remember before I started my journey, my healing journey, just bringing up those emotions was something that I
yeah.
wouldn't do. Like I wouldn't even
Yes.
recognize that I was stressed. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yeah, it
Um,
really does allow you to first off acknowledge and
yes.
validate what you're feeling. At most times where, it's like, oh, we only should be happy, and people are only going to be
Yep.
around us if we're happy, otherwise we're bringing them down. And so we're, subconsciously feeling that anything that is dark or shadow or negative, we must not allow other people to see it, or we must not allow it to come up within ourselves. But what we're doing is we're pushing that energy and blocking it and avoiding it. We're pushing it away, and it's got to be released somehow.
Oh yeah.
And by not
100%.
releasing it, it starts affecting your life in different ways. And so we may be stressed, and, for instance, okay, we're starting this tapping point, and we're really stressed because our children have done something, and we're really stressed. But as we're tapping, for me, sometimes I could come to the realization and the clarity that I'm actually not stressed about my children.
Yes.
I'm actually stressed about something else. And so, therefore, I can then start directing my energy as to why I'm feeling stressed there. How can things change? And also, when it comes to my children, instead of reacting to being stressed and reacting by, if it's yelling at them or being angry at them, I can respond in a different way. I can have a few deep breaths before I go, okay, children, this room is really messy right now. Can you please clean it up? Instead of knowing, because my children will always have their room messy when they've been playing. So why am I stressed about this time that the room's been messy?
Yes.
I'm actually stressed because of something else that's happening throughout the day. I didn't acknowledge and validate why I was stressed at that point, and it's coming out in a different way. And so
Yep.
that's a really good thing too. And so sometimes that could be why numbers rise, and that as well because you realize it's because of something else. But the great thing is that you acknowledging it. You're
Yeah.
validating how you're feeling.
100%.
And, it's okay when you're tapping. There'll be different little signs that happen when you're tapping to show that energy is starting to move. So you could do sighs, and it could be sigh of relief or sigh of boredom. The fact that you're sighing just lets it out. You could be yawning. You could be burping. You could be a bit of flatulence. You could be farting as well. You could have tears, and that could be as a result of your yawn, or actually as a result of what you're tapping about. Because yes, although we're tapping about stress here, it could be a very emotional charge for you as to why you're stressed. Or if you're tapping on something else in regards to trauma, and that could bring up a lot of emotional charge as well. Your emotions can start to change as well, from feeling sad to angry to anything else as well. And to know that all feelings are welcome with tapping. You don't need to push anything aside. You could start feeling that your shoulders can start to relax, your jaw may start to relax, knots that could be in your chest or in your throat can start to relax. And just subtle signs within your body is also allowing you to know that energy is starting to shift and move just by tapping. And again, it's so amazing because you just do it by yourself. The
Yes.
tapping's all done by you. You can do it with other people, and do it in a group and everything like that. But at the end of the day, you do it by yourself, and that's the amazing part of it. You don't need anything else.
Yeah. Oh, that's just amazing. And like my husband likes to say, you're just taking out your anger on me, or you're just, you know,
Yeah.
taking it out on me. And that's what happened this weekend. But me being aware and reflecting on, what that emotion was, is something really hard to do. And what I love about EFT is that, like you said, it just allows you to an open space for it all just to come out.
It is. Yeah.
So, I love it. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you would love to share that we haven't gone into?
Um, my advice is just, it doesn't matter how long you tap for, is to try and incorporate a bit of tapping throughout your day, whether it's waiting for a cup of tea, or waiting for the jug to boil to make a cup of tea or coffee, whether it's you only have time to do it while you're in the shower, or sitting on the toilet, or something like that. In terms of tapping, you don't have to tap on all the points, but you can just tap on a point that you love. That the fact that you're tapping is amazing. You could be sitting at the traffic lights, on the red traffic lights, and you could be tapping. You could be sitting at your desk, um, and some people, when they're sitting and they're stressed, they could be sitting with their hands touching their temple points. They could be sitting trying to think, and they're trying to figure out things in their life, but they might be actually their hand is covering the
Mm.
nose point, the chin point, when they're thinking or anything like that. And you could just sit there and tap. Obviously it depends on whether you feel comfortable tapping in front of other people or not, but there are also really subtle ways that you can do it if it's out in public, and you don't want it to be widely seen. But just even if it's a minute a day, just to start getting it in, I would just recommend just tap, tap, tap. You don't have to say all the words that I've said. You just start tapping.
Just do it. Just do
Just
it.
do it.
Awesome. Well, I love to end the show with a question,
Yes.
and I would love to know, what is one thing that someone can start doing today if they want to become more aware of the emotions that are coming up for them?
First off would be just taking a moment for yourself, whether it's to close your eyes, to feel more in tune within yourself, and to just take note of how your body is feeling. Where in your body are you feeling anything, and how you are feeling yourself. If you don't know the words, that's okay. Just go wherever your body takes you. And that would be my first thing, because that can sort of help. Number one, we don't do that a lot. We don't do that a lot. We're so busy people, especially if, people have got children and they're working, or they might be studying. There's so much going on. We forget to just take time for ourselves, and we don't need to do too much. We just need to check in with ourselves, check in with our body, and just see what our body is telling us. I'm feeling a little bit of, tightness around my chest. Okay, why am I feeling that? Is it because I'm feeling sad, or is it because I'm feeling something else? I'm feeling a little bit of lower back pain. Okay, what is it telling me? And just, if we don't know the words, that's okay. Just see what the body says.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for coming on today,
It's
Stacey.
okay. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, I was so excited for this chat, and I just wanted to acknowledge you because you just give so much value. you got to jump on Stacey's Instagram page and just check out how motivating and just the beautiful, beautiful quotes that she puts up as well. Definitely will brighten your day.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, thank you so much. So please share with everyone where they can find you.
Yes, so I am on Facebook and on Instagram. So on Facebook, I'm under just Stacey Webb. So www.facebook.com/Stacey Webb EFT. And on Instagram, my handle is @_Stacey Webb with two
Awesome.
B's.
Well, that will all be in the free downloadable. And you also have a women's circle every month. Tell everyone about
Yeah.
tell everyone about that.
Yes. So I do one-on-one sessions with people, especially I do help people a lot when it comes to their trauma. And that can be trauma in terms of a significant event or as an all-encompassing, as well as helping people, with their feeling stressed, anxiety, limiting beliefs, all the stuff that I've spoken earlier on about your unhealthy habits, patterns, and phobias, and that, because ultimately all of that comes down to subconscious beliefs within ourselves, and and helping going through those layers. So I do the one-on-one sessions there, but I also do monthly women's circles, and with that encompasses some tapping and some breath work, and every month is a bit of a different topic where we start to go through those layers, and allowing the women to sort of again realize more, get in tune within their body, maybe go, depending on each person, is to going through those different layers onto the topic that we're talking about, and doing a lot of tapping, doing a lot of breath work, moving
Mm.
energy, and allowing them to spend time on themselves, to help themselves. So
Yeah, guys, if
yeah,
you want to start your week or end your weekend with something just inspiring and relaxing and just for you, you
yeah.
definitely need to attend. So make
Thank
sure
you.
you make sure you follow Stacey, because she
Yeah,
will upload all of the information for her tapping circles and her one-on-ones and everything else that she's got coming up. So thank you so much again for coming and
it's okay. Thank you
educating
so much for inviting me. I've
everyone
been
about
so excited.
EFT. Yeah, so excited. But I'm sure we'll have another chat, and yeah, we'll see you around soon.
Excellent. Thank you. Bye.